Hey everyone, my name is Sakshi and I hope all of you are doing well. Today we are going to understand Sirpur, which is a very important topic from the perspective of Indian culture, archaeology, and current affairs, and I'll explain it to you exactly the way you should remember it for UPSC. So, starting with the first part, what we are looking at is Sirpur as an ancient urban center and a multi religious capital. It was the capital of Dakshina Kosala and flourished roughly between the 5th and 12th century CE. The key idea here is that Sirpur was not just the political center, but also a major cultural and architectural hub. The themes you should remember are temple architecture, urban planning, and most importantly, cultural syncretism, meaning different religions coexisted and developed together. Moving on, now let us understand where Sirpur is located and how it was discovered. Sirpur is situated in present day Chhattisgarh in Mahasamund district on the banks of the Mahanadi River. This riverine location is important because it supported settlement and trade. Historically, the site was first identified in the 19th century by Alexander Cunningham, and later excavations in the 1950s and 1990s revealed its importance. However, after 2003, large scale excavations showed that Sirpur was actually a massive and well planned urban center. Also, during the 6th to 8th century, it reached its peak under the Pandu Vanshi and Soma Vanshi rulers, which is an important dynastic link you should remember. Now, moving further, this part is extremely important for mains. Sirpur represents religious harmony at its best. Archaeological evidence shows that around 40 major structures existed here, including 22 Shiva temples, 10 Buddhist viharas, 5 Vishnu temples, and 3 Jain viharas. The most important point is that all these structures existed side by side without segregation. This clearly shows that rulers like the Pandu Vanshis supported multiple religions equally. This is a perfect example you can use in answers related to tolerance and cultural integration in ancient India. Moving on, now we look at the architectural highlights which are very important for prelims. The Lakshmana temple is a 7th century Vaishnava temple built on a stone platform with a beautifully carved brick shikara and intricate door jambs depicting Vishnu. The Surang Tila complex represents Shaiva and Ganesha architecture and follows the Panchayatana style where a central shrine is surrounded by subsidiary shrines. Then we have the Tivardev Buddhist Vihara, which reflects a blend of Buddhist and Hindu features and contains an Avalokiteshvara statue. The Baleshwar temple is known for its carved pillars and Shiva Lingam, while the Gandheshwar temple is a later structure that uses materials reused from earlier ruins, showing continuity of tradition. Moving ahead, now let us understand the Surang Tila structure in a little more depth. This is a classic example of temple geometry. It is built on a high terrace, around 9 meters, and is accessed through a long flight of steps. The structure includes a central Ganesha shrine and 4 Shiva shrines at the corners, which is typical of the Panchayatana style. The presence of differently colored lingams and the evidence of structural damage also give insights into both religious practices and natural events like earthquakes. Now, moving further, we come to the Lakshmana temple, which is one of the finest examples of brick temple architecture in India. It combines both brick and stone construction with a strong stone base and a brick superstructure. The temple is known for its detailed carvings, including Vishnu depictions and Methuna figures. From an exam perspective, you should remember that it represents advanced material engineering and artistic excellence of that period.
Finally, bringing everything together, Surpur was not just a collection of temples but a complete urban ecosystem. It had civic infrastructure like palace complexes and water management systems, and it also functioned as a commercial hub with organized markets. At the same time, it maintained cultural continuity, where Buddhist monasteries and Hindu temples existed together. The Gandheshwar temple is a great example of this continuity, as it is still functional today and uses sculptures from earlier periods. This shows how heritage evolves but does not disappear. So, to quickly revise, remember Surpur as a multi religious capital of Dakshina Kosala, located on the Mahanadi, flourishing under the Panduvanshi rulers, known for religious syncretism, advanced temple architecture like Lakshmana Temple and Surang Tila, and a well developed urban ecosystem. Alright, everyone, that's all for today. Revise this once and you'll be able to recall it easily in the exam. Take care, and I will see you in the next class.